Alert. All right, so real quick, where are we in this account challenge? We're still holding Pepe trades. I had way more Pepe trades in the beginning of the week, but the market came down a little bit. Counter trend Monday kind of fucked us up a little bit, but we still been holding trades for a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I started with a smaller account than everybody. I started with a $60 account. And so I was going to start with a $100 account. But a $60 account's still live because I know that I'm a heavy trader. I'm a high risk trader. I'm going to spam that shit to death. So, in order to contain myself with everyone's risk that's not as high as mine, I just pull back on the account size. So, if I'm still alive, I know for sure y'all still alive. And if you're not alive, you did something wrong because I'm for sure still alive. And I started with a very small account. $40 smaller than what I said it would. But by June 1st, I still expect it, like anticipate. I'm not gonna say it will happen, but I hope it will happen. And I have very high hopes that it will happen because I understand where I am in the market. So top of the week, I told you guys to go ahead and sell the dollar and vice versa, buy assets. We've been on the account challenge buying crypto, so we've been in Pepe, right? Started the week, we started with like 55 positions on Sunday. We came out the gate on a $60 account for me, a $100 account for everybody else. We were still up $100 profit on all of the accounts. Now, after Sunday night, the market pulled back real harder than I thought it would, if that makes sense. For Pepe, but I mean the dollar pulled back a little harder. So not even. It was what is it? It was this one right here. Yeah, here we go. It was just you see how this count was just a little big. It was just a extension. Oh shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This count's a little big. It was just an extension right here. But Monday's like counter trend day anyway, so I should have expected it to kind of go that way. Which the dollar didn't pull back that hard. It's just assets pulled back harder than I thought. But we're still holding positions, if that makes sense. So we started with like 55 positions. We got like 5 or 6 on right now. But as long as our entries hold, I feel good about it. You got to get into the habit of selling high, buying low. Right now, since I know and we know because it's documented that we sold the dollar and bought assets Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going into Thursday. What is it, 1 a.m. Thursday, and the dollar gapped down. It was probably because of news, right? So if we know that we bought high and the market gaps down, even with the gap included, I'm not a gap trader. I will tell you that. I don't keep track of when gaps are going to close because in my experience, sometimes they close, sometimes they don't. And I need to be focused on more than just gaps, if that makes sense. Like I've done my fair share of accounts getting blown because I'm trying to gap trade, like, oh, close this gap, da da da, because technically the dollar is bearish, right? So yeah, although there's a gap here, I anticipated to fill that gap, retest to fill it, and then come back down, right? If that makes sense. It doesn't have to if it don't want to. So I'd rather just trade personally with the trend, but I can also counter trend. So it just all depends on who you are and what you want to do. Because I've been a trader that can trade both, but I'm also a trader now that like look at right now it's 1:23 in the morning. Everyone's asleep, but it's how almost like this season. I feel like the most at peace when the whole world is sleeping because I feel like people just wake up with bucket expectations, and then I just know that last season of life I was in. I had expectations that nobody fucking met. And I've actually saved the fucking world a couple hundred times. You know what I'm talking about? So, um, this shit was crazy. But the best thing I could do without losing all of my sanity is still teach you guys to understand where you are in the market. So just like you guys always have a low jack on your significant other, you need to have a low jack on where you are in the market and what this dollar is doing because the most important asset in this market would be the dollar because everything is typically going to be going for it or against it, if that makes sense. So account challenge is still live. We're a few positions short, but we're still alive. I feel like, I feel good. I'm just being patient with it because, I mean, I don't have no choice. You don't have no choice. You have to be patient with what the market is doing. Fast money is one thing, but you can get fast money and slow money and the entries. You can have it all. You can have it all in this market. So, I don't know if it's difficult for you to follow me in the signals. You just got some more self work to do, if that makes sense. Because I don't know, I got the results and then I share the results and then I also share the knowledge. So unless you're gonna outvalue me and outresult me, we kind of got to do the right way. And I'm going to teach you guys the right way, even if you can't afford to pay me, because the people that can I'll just teach them even more. You know what I'm talking about? But I guess that's my tips into the world because why not? And I print money out of the fucking market. I don't have to give away my peace, like I did when I was working jobs and restaurants and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna drive myself insane trying to like get fly like trying to tell people like honey is better than shit. I'm not gonna do that because I found peace in letting people do what the fuck they want to do. You gonna study or you not? You gonna take it seriously or you not? You gonna believe me or you not? But either way, the results is right there in front of you. So if you made money on selling the dollar, buying assets, top of the week on the entries that I talked about, then perfect. Keep going because or me, I want to at least keep track of the dollar for y'all. And then from there, you have to keep track of your other assets. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about me because I've been kind of selfish about the shit I've experienced throughout the last, well, really 15 years, but it started way before that. So we'll just chill at 15. Other than that, yeah, if you got any questions, you know where to find me. And just want better for yourself, you know what I'm talking about? And don't be scared to lose because losses happen. But losses, the only time you're gonna learn something is if you are losing. Because I can tell you one thing, when I'm winning, ain't nothing to learn. It's just pure execution. So that's all I got. I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.